So if there's one thing that I think a lot of people need to know when getting into high ticket sales, like this is going to be the thing that actually helps you progress, helps you start making serious fuck you money, because no one gets into this industry really just wanting to make 5k a month for the rest of their life. Like even though a 60 grand a year salary in the UK is pretty damn good compared to market standard, you know, it's probably enough money to impress your mum, your next door neighbor. But it's not going to impress anyone in this market anyway, because it's like there's bloody 16-year-olds that are making that in a day. It's like I'm like Jordan, my video editor makes more money than that, you know? So it's like at the end of the day, you're going to get to a point where you want to scale. But there's a lot of misinformation around this, you know? Like it's like everyone makes out like, okay, the path is setter, closer, offer owner. But it's like it really doesn't have to be that. I've got a community, right, of alpha setters, where we've got all of the systems, we've got all of the training to get people onto high-paying appointment setting roles or high-paying closing roles. Like we've got the full closer training there, we've got the full setter training there. But a lot of the communities on the internet, they'll charge a lower ticket for the setter training and then a higher ticket for the closer training. And then it's kind of like pushed upon you. Like once you get good at setting, cool, we've got a very clear upsell in place, which is the closer training once you're ready to take the next step, which is very, very smart. Almost what I'm doing as well, but I just do it a little bit differently. Because my upsell wouldn't be from setter training to closer training. Because truthfully, I put these both on the same tier. We've got setters and we've got closers. And it's like an equal level because both of these roles, they're just sales jobs where you're making someone else money. And that's all it is. It's like it's a very high paying job. But that's all it is. It's a high-paying job. The next step above this, which no one really talks about on the internet. And remember, I think I am the one that even started this trend back in 2023 when I was running ads for my sales to CEO offer. The next step above that is where you're starting to acquire a little bit more leverage now. It's still a high-paying job, but you've got leverage. And that's where you get into setter management or sales team management, where you're the leader of the closer team or the leader of the setter team or both. And you're basically just taking such a massive responsibility away from the business owner and saying, don't put any of your brain power into this. Realistically, you're not a sales guy. Let me deal with that. And you can make that so appealing to a business owner because it's like, if you're working in the fitness niche, for example, what the fuck do fitness people know about sales? Not a lot. They might know a little bit from closing a couple of their own sales, but they don't know that much. Let's be honest. Like, they really don't know that much. Fitness people are just stupid. So if you can say to that fitness guy, like, look, you don't really know much about sales, but I've been doing this. This is how much cash collected. I've been your number one sales guy for the past 3 years. Let me manage the sales team. And I'm going to make it a no-brainer offer for you. I'm going to charge 5%. 5% of all of the sales that my team makes for you. Just an extra 5%. And as a result of that, I'm going to make sure that the guys are hitting KPIs every day. They're always getting better and we're always pushing to improve the metrics in the business so that we can actually start scaling. Now, in terms of the Mr. Fitness Coach, the client here, the client might be illogical and might be like, that's an extra 5% of my revenue now to do something that I've been doing fine anyway. And they might not see the bigger picture. But then you, as Mr. Sales Manager, come along and really communicate the value here. Mr. Client, at the end of the day, as long as my services, me being like an actual sales guy, by the way, and I'm going to really dedicate my life. It's going to be my number one priority. The only thing that I'm going to be doing all day is making sure that these salespeople win. You've got other stuff. You've got clients to think about. You've got content to film. My whole job every single day is going to make sure that these sales guys do a good job. And as long as me doing that full time, all day, every day, allows you to make an extra 5% profit, then I'm effectively free. Then you're effectively getting rid of a whole load of your brain space for a free service that makes you more money. So my job, Mr. Client, is to make you more money and save you a massive amount of mental headspace. Do you think that if I was doing this full time, it would be unreasonable that I can't at least increase your sales by 5%? Fantastic. So how about we at least try this for 2 weeks or so, and let's see if I can deliver on my promises. And if not, then don't even pay me, mate, because at that point, I'm a worthless piece of shit, and I don't deserve your money anyway. And it's like at that point, it is very much a no-brainer for businesses to be hiring sales managers. And I can definitely tell you for a fact that there is a lot of fitness coaches out there that are still managing their own sales teams for some reason. So that should automatically communicate how much opportunity there is in management at the moment. Massive opportunity. Nobody's really talking about it, and it's crazy to me. So this is one thing that we didn't have said. So it's like we've got so many different managers that are thriving in the community at the moment. But like, I just want to make it clear that setting is a great way to make cash. We've got setters in Alpha Setters that are making 17 grand a month at 20 years old. But then there's closing, which is also good. You know, and I've heard of closers in the market breaking in like 35k a month. That's not the average closer, the same way the average setter's not making 17. They're both great ways to make money. But if you want to get to the next level of leverage, to the point where you're not just trading your time for money all the time, well, now you need to be able to have other people taking off some of your workload, which is when you start managing teams. Once you get managing teams, once you get good at that, there's two skills that you need in order to be a millionaire in sales. You get good at sales and you get good at developing people. Now, all you're doing as a manager is you're now getting paid to acquire the skill of developing people. And now once you can sell, and now once you are good at developing people, it's like, oh my gosh, now the world's open up. The world will open up to you. You've got all the opportunity in the world to actually just go out there and decide, okay, well, what do I want to sell for myself? You just make your own high ticket offer. Like making your own high ticket offer, once you've mastered those two things, it's like you'll be flying. But you just need to do that correctly. You just need to be able to package your service into something that actually delivers exceptional results, because you'll be able to sell it. But the only thing that holds a lot of people back in this situation is you guys were salespeople, like you're not entrepreneurs. It takes a while to get your product up to the point where you can feel confident charging high ticket and people actually get the good results for it, which is why you've got to have the right systems in place. But it's like with that progression tree, there's no reason why you shouldn't be making 50 grand a month in the next 5 years. Like genuinely, like that's the level of scale that we're talking about, because this is what I've done. Like if you was to look at the last 5 years of my life, you're going to see exactly that. You're going to see someone that was setting, then you're going to see someone that got into setter management, and then you're going to see someone that started an agency offer and a coaching business on top of that. And it's like, that's exactly what I've done to this day in order to make the money that I'm making. Like there's nothing there that I haven't done. It's like that's the transparent truth of the matter. Everyone, of course, they want to upsell you on that closer training, but that closer training is not going to be the thing that feeds your family for the next 20 years. Creating your own high ticket offer or getting into management, these are very well things that are going to feed you very, very well. So I think that's the thing. I think understanding that progression path, it will give you almost an extra bit of fire inside, because you know what you're working towards. Like it'd be foolish for you to just come out there and start selling your own weird high ticket offer now, because you're not that guy yet, truthfully. You don't have the skills. But you are going to develop these skills over these years. And as you get good at setting and then closing and then developing people, you are going to have all of the skills necessary to actually do a good job with your own business. But the thing is, you can't skip steps in the game. One thing that my mentor always taught me when I was in door-to-door sales is sales as an industry is a shortcut. But if there's one golden rule, you don't try to find shortcuts in the shortcuts, because that's when you end up losing your way off the original shortcut. You know, if you start trying to like look around and trying to be clever and find shortcuts on the shortcut, you're just going to end up lost and adding more time to the equation. So it's like high ticket sales is the ultimate shortcut. In what industry in the world is there just 19-year-olds making 20 grand a month without even having a degree? Like it is a shortcut. But the only way you capitalize on that is you just stay true to the path. You remember what your goals are and you make sure that you're ticking off all of these skills to a very high standard along the way.